Hey everyone, this is Priest, Troy Monteith, and I'm going to show you some updates that I have for the random encounter generator. So we're going to go to Library, Modules, and I've already got these loaded, so I'll show you. You want the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Monster Manual, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, Player's Handbook, Foes Guide Monsters, NPC Maker 5e if you have the extension in this, and your random encounter generator 5e. If you don't have some of these, that's fine. It's just to include stuff in your library because you're going to need NPCs, of course. Now you're going to need players on your combat tracker. So I've already got players put on there from my list, or you could put them in your party sheet, or they could just be active and loaded with players. So we're going to go to Encounters and click on the new Generator button. We're going to load up, so we've got all our information here. You can get the players from the combat tracker, the party sheet, or your active players, and it'll calculate from there. We've got lots of filters for your type. You could type in just the subtype even if you wanted. These are all strings, so it's just going to look at all the text that's within the NPC's stat blocks. You get all your senses, your movement types. If you want to include the numbers that are with these, you could include that as well. If you want to set up a biome, there's all sorts of biomes that come with the module, or you can make your own for whatever purposes. You could fill them up with NPCs, and you can fill them up with maps. And so if you have a biome that has maps in it, and you generate an encounter while you're using a biome, you'll get a map just once you create your encounter, so that you're able to just quickly go ahead and plop everything on. We've got filters for your AC, your HP, your challenge rating, all your attributes. And the cool thing here is the newest function. If you have the NPC Maker 5e and then click on this, it's going to go ahead and open up the NPC Maker. And so if you have a bunch of templates, also comes with a module for the NPC Maker, then what you're able to do is randomly generate not only encounters from NPCs that you have, but it's going to take two templates, merge them together, and just kind of create a random NPC for you to throw at the party. It might take a little bit of cleaning up if you maybe say you have a couple of different multi-attacks, or if duplicate spell types or something like that, or like traits, I guess. You might want to just kind of clean up a little bit, but mostly it should be fairly ready to go. You might get some weird combinations. We saw a Silver Dragonborn Weretiger, that's not bad. Veteran Goblin, that's not bad either. What else are we going to get here? Red Dragonborn Noble, a Were-Rat Bugbear, a Noble Scout, Warlock of the Archfey Duergar. Right, so we're getting a bunch of these, and they're going to go ahead and be tossed into your list here. So we can watch they'll kind of fill up into here. Copper Dragonborn Goblins. So see, this would be one of the weirder ones. You don't have to keep stuff like that. Kenku Noble. So if I didn't want that, if I didn't want them in there, I can get rid of them. Right, so this is pretty cool. You're able to surprise your party with something that they wouldn't be expecting. You wouldn't be expecting. If you say, I've got a bunch of Dragonborn that are in here. Oh, it failed to get anything that time. If you put a type or subtype in there, you have to you're best going to be using only one, because otherwise it's not going to go through the list far enough to check the second option if you put a second one in there. It's just going to keep trying for Dragonborn first and get all of their matches and calculate it with the party and see how that goes. So if I put Dragonborn, then generate, then I'm going to get various Dragonborn types here because I have various Dragonborn templates, and then they're being merged with all the other various templates. So I've got green Dragonborn Tribal Warrior, red Dragonborn Veteran. Right, it's getting all their challenge rating, their XP, passive perception even, their languages, their resistances, their skills. All of this is being calculated and considered so that you can just go ahead and generate your encounter and play. Now, if you've got a slower computer, my computer is pretty fast, and this is still kind of a little bit laggy. What I would do is I would probably generate a bunch of these before the game, and that way they're in your NPC library, and you can stop using the NPC maker and just go with pre-generated NPCs. So they're pre-generated now, and that's a lot faster of a generation build. We're not finding any Dragonborn, it seems. Oh, within the desert, that's why. So the templates ignore biomes. So when you're using the other mode, it's going to just ignore the biomes. So now I can go ahead and get all of these Dragonborn types that I've already generated without having to go through the process again. Right? So that's a really cool feature, I think. My players have not expected some of the things that I've thrown at them. It's been really fun throwing them through an entire Dragonborn nation with all sorts of interesting, unique characters. Each one might not be quite the same as the other. Right? So it's exciting. You really can't gauge how things are really going to go, but at least with the CR calculations, you're not going to overwhelm or completely underwhelm your party. They're going to have a good time with what you throw at them. Preferably if you use normal, but maybe your party's a little more hardcore, so you want to throw them on something hard or deadly, and maybe your party's new and you want to just throw them on something easy. So, yeah, like I say, I really push the idea that you would pre-generate this stuff before playing, rather than having to sit here like this and wait for it to finish what it's doing and lag out your party. It's, like I say, a lot better to do that first and then just use the pre-gens. And then you can see I've got a couple options here for, you can use mostly pre-gens, so it's like, I think it rolls a d10, and if it's 2, 9, or a 10, or sorry, 8, 9, or a 10, then it's going to make a pre-gen and add that. So it checks each time, and it's just going to either create one or pick from your library. You see it creates one there and there. We use mostly templates. It's the opposite way, so more chance of getting templates instead of pre-gens. You've got a equal chance to get either or. So you can kind of mix it up there a little bit more. But yeah, that's it for the updates. It's going along pretty good. If you have any questions or suggestions or any kind of issues, be sure to check out the Discord, and I'd be happy to help you whenever I have time or I'm not too busy. Alright, thanks guys.